One audience all at once. Morning. What happens when every person in your life, your boss, your grandmother, your closest friends, and a total stranger ends up standing in the exact same room, watching you speak all at once? We call governments front stage and backstage. The idea that healthy social life depends on performing different versions of yourself for different audiences. We arrive in the early 2010s with Dana Boyd, a scholar of youth culture and social media. Her research culminated in the 2014 book It's Complicated: The Social Lives of Networked Teens. Boyd noticed something Goffman could never have anticipated. Social media collapsed automatic audience separation entirely, placing every audience a person has ever accumulated into one single, persistent, searchable feed. Boyd defined context collapse as the flattening of multiple distinct social audiences into an undifferentiated one. She identified four properties of networked publics: persistence, replicability, scalability, and searchability. Together, these mean content can resurface unmoored from its original audience. Years later, context collapse challenges assumptions in nearly every earlier communication theory. Goffman's backstage holds identifiable audience. This connects to Castell's network society. Boyd described the lived experience of existing inside the space of flows, where one account or connects simultaneously to wildly different networks. This produces a genuine new form of social anxiety: the persistent awareness that anyone from any part of your life might be watching a given post. Boyd's research found teenagers developing adaptive strategies, coded language, strategic vagueness, and social stagenography, hiding a message through meaning in plain sight later. Researchers noted people actively adapt multiple accounts, platform-specific personas, and close friends-only spaces recreate audience separation. Some scholars argue context collapse oversimplifies a spectrum ranging from mild audience blending to severe, damaging exposure. This explains the specific anxiety of writing a message while mentally cycling through every possible audience, and real consequences when old content resurfaces stripped of context. If identity formation depends on experimenting with different versions of yourself, growing up inside a permanently collapsed audience is a genuinely new developmental challenge. Castell described power over network switches. Maritza described power over what each person sees. Boyd described something more intimate still: what happens to the self when it can no longer choose which audience is watching? Every theory in this series asks some version of the same enduring question, at a different scale. What happens when one mind reaches toward another? In a networked world, a mind rarely reaches toward just one another or one other anymore. Thank you, and see you next time.